Please stand for the Pledge of
You know there's a
Allegiance.
problem in that chair.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Presentation, districts, superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Tonight I'll be reading the superintendent's report for Superintendent Grulich, who is out of the state at the moment. First up, Wickham Robotic Team. On Saturday, November 5th, 2016, 23 middle school and high school robotic teams from New England competed at Quinsigamond Community College in Worcester for a regional qualifying tournament of VEX Starstruck. 4 robotic teams from Wickham competed at the day-long event. 2 teams made the quarterfinals, 1 team made the semifinals, and Team Pantherbots won the championship with 2 other Alliance teams. Second item, survey open on history and social science framework revision. Later this school year, the elementary and secondary education, DESE, will embark on the much heralded revision of the 2003 Massachusetts History and Social Science Curriculum Frameworks. The department has named 44 panelists, including representatives from higher education and nonprofit and community organizations, and many educators serving in pre-K through 12 districts. Humanities Supervisor Jody Reyes serves on this committee. A survey is now open until February 6, 2017, with the hope that educators and others will inform the work by offering comments on and suggesting revisions to the current frameworks. We look forward to these new frameworks and any curricular changes they may bring. Enrollment update. We are watching closely our enrollment data as we anticipate any potential need for short-term adjustments for the coming school year. Here's an interesting data point. From October 17th to November 4th, 48 new students were enrolled through our registration center. 25 of these 48 were flagged for language screening, and of those students, 20 were found to need EL support. Personnel changes. In order to ensure the smooth operation of the Richer School while Principal Tully is on leave, I have appointed Assistant Principal Robert Skaza as acting principal. To assist Dr. Skaza, Assistant Director of EL, Michelle Blair, will assume the role of acting assistant principal. Ms. Blair has served the district as a teacher and as an elementary EL coordinator. She brings a valued lens to the work at the Richer School. Additionally, through salary reserve, we're able to bring back the position vacated by Michelle Blair when she became assistant director of EL. Jarrick EL teacher Audrey Moore has been named the new elementary EL coordinator. Hidden in plain sight. In order to increase awareness for parents regarding risky behaviors of teens, we have partnered with the Hudson Substance Abuse Coalition to bring to the high school a model bedroom for parents to walk through. Designed to show parents some of the new ways that students can hide illegal substances and paraphernalia in plain sight, this mock bedroom was made available to parents of both middle and high school students during the high school parent conference night on Thursday, November 17th. Stay tuned for upcoming information on student presentations during the day and a community forum in the evening centered on a screening of James Wahlberg's video, If Only, another way that MPS is partnering to keep our students safe from the danger of opioids.
Questions from the committee, Ms. Hennessy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's the chair, obviously. Mike, you may not know this, but the survey being open, is it on the DESE website, or is it a link on our website? Do you have any idea on that?
I don't. I'd have to check into that,
Okay.
but we can send out a communication to where the actual survey link is.
That would be great. And if possible, if it's not linked up on our website, maybe we could do that, if at all possible, to just make it easier for people to get access to
Absolutely.
kind of weigh in. And then the other question I had was relative to the 48 new students. Do you know a breakdown of approximately where those students, like, are they across the district, at high school down through elementary, or?
K through 12. It's not just at one area.
Okay, I just was wondering if there was like one area that was getting a larger hit than others or something like that.
It's actually one thing that we're probably going to report back on in December. I don't want to speak for the superintendent, but we've actually really started trying to figure out for next year's budget, because that's really what we're doing right now, what the impact of the class sizes are going to be at the elementary level, because that's what we're most concerned about.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at right now is trying to project out, based on this year's figures and enrollments, what next year's potential class loads are going to be.
Okay.
And that's something that we're probably going to be reporting out very soon, because we also have to report back to the mayor on the space needs committee that we've put together. So there's a couple things that we're working on to try to look at those figures for next year.
Thank you. Reading my mind, so.
It's a concern.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Mr. Geary?
Well, it's not really so much a question, but the hidden in plain sight presentation, I did see that when I went on the night at the high school, and I think it was a fantastic presentation, and I'd like to see us maybe utilize them in an additional way. It didn't seem to me to be very many parents there this night, as opposed to previous nights when I've gone. So I'm not sure how many families we were able to touch with that presentation, but it was excellent. It was very eye-opening for a lot of different places where people could hide stuff that you don't even think of. So I think parents would get a lot out of it, and I think we should probably explore ways to have them help more.
Any other questions? Would you like to step out and step back in as the finance director?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. From the business office. So tonight's update, I just have a couple things I want to report on. One is we've finished reporting for the end of the year report, which then generates all of our figures on the DESE websites. So whenever you go on the DESE websites and look at any of the financial data, such as per pupil spending, all of those fancy reports they have, this is what we do to get that report finished. So what they'll do is over the next couple months, they'll audit they don't audit, they really do a review of them, and then they start posting the figures. So working with the city, we get a lot of numbers from them as far as the cost the city carries for the schools. We add that into our operational budget, and then we send all of that to DESE for review. They come back to us, and then additionally, we have the auditing firm who does the audit for the city also reviews it to make sure that we didn't miss anything, so that we were reporting as accurately as possible. So that's done for now until we go through that auditing cycle. And I just want to thank our grants manager, Karen Rundlet, because she really kind of handles this project, and I kind of get to oversee it, which is fantastic because I've done it for 10 years and I'm sick of it. So she does a great job with it, and she makes sure every dollar is counted, and that's important when we're looking to compare ourselves against other districts financially. Number two, the food service accounts, they slightly went up this month, and there is a reason. After we report to DESE for October 1st, we then start taking folks off free and reduced lunch if they still have not put in an application. So usually we see this bump every single year when we start pulling people off free and reduced if they still not have put an application in, and they have to actually start charging meals. Generally after that, we then get a second amount of applications to come in after that fact. So usually for a couple weeks to a month, we have slightly higher balances, and then they tend to go back down once we're able to assist some of those families. Again, thanks to Roland, all the cafeteria staff, everything they're doing to try to communicate with families to keep the balances low. We certainly appreciate it. Online payments for the cafeteria, they held steady in October with the same amount of transactions and payment totals from last year, which is great. Again, we have plenty of people who continue to use the program. I get emails probably not as daily, not like they used to be, but I do get an email probably once a week from people looking to sign up and now start using it. So it's still gaining users, which is great. This says the business office is calculating FY18 salaries. We've finished that, and we've put them all into the budget. I'm developing the level service budget for the superintendent right now, so they can start to look at what's going to happen for next year and what we can anticipate. So far, so good. I haven't seen anything that's really crazy. I'm actually really pleased. We've had some fantastic savings from turnover that has probably going to help us buoy the budget a little bit into next year. So far, so good. I'm working with the directors and everybody to start to project costs out for the rest of the budget as far as expenses. But as you know, the majority of our expenses, 82% of our budget is salary. So that's already in there. Now I'm working on the rest when it comes to transportation, special education, out-of-district costs, all those types of things. And again, the superintendent and I will be coming to you in December with a budget schedule. On the 15th, John Galoni, Nick Milano, Andrew White, and I helped the OPM, Thomas Katsunis, officials tour Richard Elementary School for potential designers. So we had a fairly large group of designers. I didn't even count them all because we actually had to split up almost into two groups, but I believe there's about 30 people there. I don't know exactly how many firms that is, but generally they only bring 2 or 3 people per firm. So that was a very good turnout, and we were very happy with that. We gave them a lot of information. We toured them around the school for about an hour and a half, and they asked quite a few questions. And I think they're in the process right now of delivering the bids to City Hall, so that way we can move on to that next step, which is a partnership with the MSBA. We don't pick the designer ourselves when the school building committee. It's a partnership where we go to Boston and as part of a panel, I guess you can say, pick the designer with people from the MSBA also sitting on the same panel when we go through that process. So it's very involved. It usually takes about 2 days to do, but we're excited. So it's a great process. I'm not sure if there's any questions from my report.
Questions from the committee, Mrs. Hennessy.
Thank you. It is the seat, obviously, right? Will we be seeing like our personnel update then in December, just understanding what positions are open or where we're sitting? We've had some of those discussions so far this fall.
I'd be happy to do that.
That'd be great.
We're really pleased so far with the new position control, and it's helped us manage those positions quite a bit. Of course, it doesn't help us when we get random turnover, but it is helpful to be able to manage those positions and produce reports very quickly. So I'm happy to do that.
That'd be great if we could just get an update on that. And then, out of curiosity, you said the information from the designers and such was heading towards City Hall. Do we have like a time frame as to when that's heading to you all, like it needs to be delivered?
The bids were either due this like yesterday or the day.
Okay.
It's very, very close. I don't remember it off the top of my head,
Okay.
but it's the process is moving along pretty quickly.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Any other questions from the committee? Seeing none. Minutes of October 18th, October 25th, and November 8th.
Motion to approve as submitted.
Motion made and seconded to approve as submitted. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Public participation. Any public participation? Public participation. Seeing none, acceptance of donations and gifts. ESHS grant, Town of Natick, funding professional development for MPS nursing staff and developing programs to continue to provide students with robust school health programs, $3,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Special Olympics to help MHS establish a unified basketball team, $1,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Reports of subcommittees. Any reports of subcommittee? Mrs. Hennessy.
Thank you. Just wanted to announce that the policy subcommittee will be meeting on November 28th, starting at about 12:15. That was per Mrs. Grulick. We had to post quickly. We'll have a conversation. We can adapt as necessary, but there were some competing timeframes, so we're trying to make something happen because we definitely need to get on the attendance policy quickly. So that is it.
Any other reports of committees? Seeing none, members forum. Any members want to be formed? Ms. Matthews.
We don't have the posting on here. Julie, if you can remember to add the line for the warrant, yeah. But Mr. Berger and I didn't meet because, as you saw, I came running in the door, but I'm prepared to talk to him afterwards and sign the warrant after my questions are answered, and since nobody else sent me anything else.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other members? No members?
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And with that, first I want to take one opportunity before we leave. Mrs. Hennessy's being really good over there, but we had 3 championships teams this year. The soccer team, women's soccer team, won a championship. The
I brought it to her.
the field hockey team
How could you
took
not?
home a trophy, and the football team won a championship also.
I have that one.
So I want to
that one.
congratulate all of them
that one.
and wish the Panthers the best Thursday, 10 o'clock at Kelleher Field for the Thanksgiving football game. Any other members? Seeing none.
To adjourn.
Motion made, seconded to adjourn at 7:46, and Mrs. Hennessy is here.
Wow.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Thank you very much.